I want to talk to you about LawInfo, and the question is, listing on LawInfo, is it worth it? Let's have a conversation about that. So here are the generalities I want you to really pay attention to. Law firms and attorneys face one of the most competitive markets when it comes to earning and retaining clients, right? Most firms and attorneys now utilize online resources and techniques such as websites and search engine optimization for lawyers to generate business and also generate leads, by the way. And so one easy way to build backlinks and generate extra traffic is via directories. I'm speaking about legal directories. So LawInfo is actually one such legal directory. Let me go a little more granular. So what is LawInfo? You might ask. So if you think about LawInfo, I want you to think about a subsidiary of Thomson Reuters. It has over 180,000 ranked keywords and significant domain and page authority. A number of search engines linked to a LawInfo. I'm speaking here about Google, Bing, and Yahoo. And so the fact that they are linking to a LawInfo makes it a potentially valuable resource rather for lawyers. So in order to make it easy for users to search and obtain information on its website, LawInfo actually does a great job in terms of categorizing attorneys based on provided practice areas. So consumers can access the info they need to make decisions regarding choosing an attorney or even having a free consultation to start with. So LawInfo offers a yearly paid contract with no renewal option. So the listing is removed immediately upon expiration. So standard and premium services are available starting at $40 a month. It's one of the most expensive legal directories. I mean, they are more expensive than Avvo or Super Lawyers or even Martindale or Hopdale, okay? So that's something to think about. So it's important to note that LawInfo provides no follow backlinks and custom links. Both of these factors can negatively affect the value of the backlinks to websites. No follow backlinks tell Google's crawlers not to visit or count those links, while LawInfo directs potential clients to your website. They use a custom link. This means visitors are not getting to your website through your exact web address, okay? So it's something to really think about. So when you think about LawInfo in general, I'm speaking here about the general area of directory, like online directories. And online legal directories actually provide potential law firm clients with extensive list of firms and attorneys, right? In terms of lead generation, they can be really, really powerful. And that's why you want to really think about a directory such as LawInfo. And those directories exist to help consumers find and contact the right lawyer for their needs. And most online legal directories provide basic contact information like name, address, phone number, and practice area, specialties. Some directories also provide backlinks to law firm websites. So let me talk to you about the evaluation here. So what are the benefits of listings? Let's have a clear conversation about that. So legal directories have expanded from simply being a list of legal professionals and now provide both lawyers and customers with a range of services. Some of the most common items you see on directories are forums where lawyers can answer questions submitted by users, advertise their firms, and share content and information they have created. So adding your law firm and attorneys on a directory can be a good start on building your online presence. Legal directories can expand the number of views a website gets and can even foster collaboration with other professionals in the field. The main benefits, when you think about the main benefit of having listings on a legal directory or directories, is that your firm can appear more often on search results. So if you have an entry on a high quality directory, your name will appear several times in one search, which can lead to significantly higher inquiries and clients. And that's really good. So you also have indirect benefits. So the main indirect benefit is that you can build authority. Authority is a term that Google uses to decide how reputable a source is. So the more authority you have, the higher you rank on the search results. So that's really important from a scalability point of view. Since many high quality directories allow lawyers and attorneys to interact with customers and share content, it becomes a great way to build up authority organically. You can always put content and information on your site, but having it on a site that's authoritative, like a directory, can have significantly more impact. It shows visitors that you contribute to the industry as a whole, not only on your site. The second indirect benefit of being on a legal directory is slightly more technical. One of the most important pieces of information Google uses to rank a site is to look at how many backlinks a website has. Simply put, backlinks are links from one site that points to your site. So the more backlinks you have from reputable sources, the higher your search ranking. So one of the easiest way to build backlinks is to list your business in a legal information directory or several directories. It's really important though to note that some directories charge a monthly fee. So make sure to research and discover whether the backlink is worth the cost. What are the disadvantages of directory listings? Well, they have no tail. Most SEO strategies rely on generating leads organically. One positive aspect of this strategy is that even when your initial campaign ends, you will still see the results of the SEO working. This deal means that the cost per lead gets cheaper all the time and can drop well below your initial projections. Unfortunately, directory listings don't provide this type of tail. Once your entry gets removed, you lose your backlinks, citations, and views immediately. You need to plan for this by creating similar quality backlinks and citations and devise another strategy to optimize your search engine ranking using the information you gain from the directory. So something to really think about it. Let me go a little further here. So let's talk about the process. How do you get listed on LawInfo? Okay, because LawInfo is a legal directory, but you got to have the right strategy. So you got to work in a methodical way to get listed there. And let's talk about that. So to obtain a listing on LawInfo, you have to go through their lead counsel application. So LawInfo's lead counsel verification process is in place to connect individuals and businesses with the best possible legal representation based on their needs, right? Attorneys who receive the lead counsel badge are considered experienced, licensed, in good standing, and have a clean disciplinary record. Those four criteria are really critical for LawInfo. So, experienced, licensed, in good standing, and with a clean disciplinary record. So, you will supply information about yourself and your law firm and information to verify your credentials. So, once the application is received, the lead counsel review and support team will review it and determine if you are eligible because they have to really see if you are eligible. They can't just give you like stuff like real fast like this. No, it takes time. Okay. And if your application is approved, you will submit payment and your listing will stay active for at least 1 year. Many lead counsel verified attorneys hold positions in legal organizations and occupy positions on professional boards. Some also have won, let's say, awards, authored articles and works, and played essential roles in their communities. Lead counsel verified attorneys are reviewed annually to ensure they continue to actually meet the requirements, those requirements. So that's important. So let me go a little more granular here. So according to LawInfo, attorneys who apply to a lead counsel badge must commit to a specific set of service standards, including the following. And I'm going to put this on the screen because they are really critical for you to understand the nature and extent of the kind of criteria LawInfo has. So basically, if you want to win the coveted lead counsel badge, you must commit to charging reasonable legal fees. Don't charge like prohibitive fees, otherwise they'll just remove you real fast. You want to communicate also with clients promptly. So let's say speed of responsiveness is really important. You also need to comply with the rules for professional conduct, and this applies across the board for all lawyers. Also, discussing strategies and objectives for successful representation. So really, it's all about transparency when it comes to discussing with the clients. Also, explaining in advance how costs are calculated and billed. It's all about, this goes back to what I said a little earlier about transparency. Explaining rights and legal obligations thoroughly so that the clients knows what they're getting themselves into, right? It's all about covering your back too, from a risk mitigation point of view. You want to inform clients of case proceedings. If you want to keep your lead counsel badge, you need to really inform clients promptly of case proceedings. You need to maintain high ethical standards. This will help you actually win the trust and validate your authority on a specific topic down the road. You need to remain in good standing with applicable bar associations. You need to represent clients diligently and competently. Okay, you have to do your best. It's all about doing your best to represent clients accurately. And also, you want to stay current in the practice areas in which you are verified. Right, that's going to help you actually establish your authority even further. And also, you need to treat clients with courtesy and respect. So your strategy must be really clear in terms of all the possibilities. Okay, and that's really important from an efficiency point of view. So and basically, they're going to look at all those criteria, by the way, and those criteria are analyzed and reviewed every single year. So just be very careful there. Every single year, they will evaluate you on those criteria. So let me talk to you about the choice here. So let's talk about deciding on directory listing. So legal directory listings can make a massive difference to the number of hits your website actually gets per month. However, as some of them require a monthly fee, it's always a good idea to evaluate whether being on some directories is actually worth it. So a simple Google search using common keywords like personal injury lawyer LA is one of the best ways the best and easiest ways to check a directory's performance. Repeat the process for similar keywords like injury lawyer LA or personal injury lawyer Los Angeles, and what directories appear at the top of the search engine results page will give you a rough estimate of how worthwhile they are. So this process lets you quickly identify any lawyer directories that have a strong presence in your area so that you can use the info on to your advantage. Why does it work? Few people use legal directories directly. Instead, they type their search query into Google and look at the first few results to get their information. So due to many factors, not all directories rank as highly in all locations. So while LawInfo may be popular in Los Angeles, it may not even show up on the first page of a New York legal results. So identifying which directories rank well in your area for attorneys should be your first step in deciding which information directory to use. The second criterion you need to evaluate when it comes to a directory is the information on the quality of the citations you get from your listings. Ideally, you want to list your firm on a site with do follow links, which are significantly more valuable than no follow links. So is a directory listing on LawInfo worth it? Definitely. Ultimately, you need to evaluate the circumstances of your particular business to decide if LawInfo is worth it for you. If LawInfo ranks highly on Google for your area, it may be worth the cost. However, LawInfo is one of the more expensive directories, so you need to be very sure that you will get a return on your investment. In other words, your ROI has to be positive, big time. I mean, double digit. That's the minimum. If LawInfo is not highly ranked, it is a definitely pass for most law firms and attorneys, even if you are interested in listing on directories. So, despite its Thomson Reuters heritage and having a good mouse domain and page score, the lack of do follow links and redirects negatively impacts LawInfo's value as a link builder. Many other legal directories have similar domain authority scores that are either free or cost less and would offer more value for most attorneys. So if you're not really sure about whether LawInfo is the right choice for you in terms of directories, just reach out to us in the comment section and our SEO experts will help you with more information. We'll certainly explain things to you like way more. You have a clear idea about what to do after listening to our show. So one thing for sure, determining if listing on LawInfo is worth the investment for your firm depends on your marketing goals and budget. Keep in mind though, that you also want to evaluate the quality of the law firm citations the directory provides. It is considerably more valuable to list your firm on a directory that offers do follow links instead of no follow links. Okay. And there are a number of other legal directories with similar domain authority to LawInfo that cost less or are even free. So examples include the following. You have Mediate, you have hd.org, you have Law Guru, you have Avo, and you have Nolo. So it really depends on what you really are trying to accomplish here, okay? And so, depending on your firm and marketing strategy, it could also be the case that the directory listing provides no real SEO value for your website. So, if you are really unsure which option is best for you, again, you want to reach out to us and via the comment section, and one of our team members will get back to you, explain things to you a lot further. So let me talk to you a little bit about link value here. Let's talk about link value. So in other words, what's the value of a legal directory link? And first of all, how much does a listing cost? Okay. The big question when building links, how much will I have to shell out to get my firm listed on your site? Is it an annual fee, monthly, one-time payment? We can dream, right? Unfortunately, LawInfo, which is owned by Thomson Reuters, that is the fine law, doesn't clearly actually display pricing information on their site. Not surprisingly, they want you to leave contact information so that a sales rep can get in touch with you. Don't worry though, we did the work for you. Actually, you're thinking about $40 per month. Okay, so a listing on lawinfo.com, you're looking at close to $500 per year. That's actually pretty expensive as far as legal directories go. Of course, cost is not everything. So let's do some more investigating. So what is link quality? So when evaluating directories, Ahrefs, KW Finder, or SEMrush is often like one of the first tools that we use. There's a ton of info to be found there, but it's all about the domain rating. You want to really pay attention to that. So another fantastic link evaluation tool that can be found over at Moz.com. The Open Site Explorer can give a site domains authority according to Moz, and in addition, they'll give you the authority of a specific page too. Okay, that's really good. You also have company directories. So to really understand if LawInfo is worth the investment, you need to look at similarly rated directories and actually figure out how much they cost. So you can really see like Mediate, HT.org, Lawyer.com, and LawGuru. And so what are the red flags here? When building links, you want to ensure that you are getting follow links. I've said this before, but it's important. If a link is noted as a no follow, then you're not really getting the valuable SEO juice you are after. Essentially, the no follow command in front of the link is telling crawlers not to visit or count the link. So this is something to really think about. Another problem with LawInfo, even if the links were followed, there are 302 redirects. In other words, instead of having having your explicit web address, LawInfo uses a custom link that redirects to your site. Obviously, this hurts the SEO value of these links as well. So what does that mean? LawInfo's value is tied to the quality of leads they generate. Lead sites like this don't have a great reputation for quality leads. Beyond that, there are more cost-effective avenues for getting strong leads. Okay, so this is something to really think about, especially as you are building your SEO strategy. So, what are the closing thoughts here into this conversation? I spoke to you about LawInfo. I spoke to you about the generalities, the evaluation, the process, the choice, the link value, and the closing thoughts. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.